welcome to the KDFL Dynasty Football Podcast. And ladies and gentlemen, my gift to you for this Thanksgiving episode is the return of the Zenful Matt Smith.
Great to be back. Been a long break. Holdout's over. Zen Masters 2 game. Well, I don't want to spoil anything. Zen Masters doing okay lately. Ready to go. Ready for this Thanksgiving special.
Detroit apparently has started Thanksgiving early. He's already at the trough, gobbling down God knows what. So he is not here with us. We do have his picks, and we'll go over those later in the show. But first, KDFL Week 12 was won for the books. Matt, start us off.
All right. We start off with everyone's favorite game of the year. Might be the worst game in the history of the KDFL. There was, I want to say, 4 fans in attendance, and it was the parents of both of these teams' leagues. St. Albans Sinners traveled to the Cross Vegas Gamblers. Amazingly, there was actually a lot of points scored here. Nobody expected. Doesn't count. What is the phrase? If the tree falls in the grass and nobody sees it.
Tree fall in the grass. There's
clue
number one.
In the forest. I'm having a rough day. I had a full disclosure. Today's episode is sponsored by Gatorade Light Zero because the KDFL guys, half the league went out last night. We'll talk about that later. So I'm struggling a little, but Gatorade Light Zero, go get it. It helps out everybody. Anyway, back to this game. The Gamblers, they're tired of the talk. They're tired of everybody crapping on them, especially the other hosts in this league. They're coming out. They came out fired up last week. Jordan Addison scoring 30 points for them. Cortland Sutton getting 30 points for them. And DJ Moore came out this week with 27 points. The Centers, the great Sam Darnold coming out with 23. Tony Pollard looking good again with 22 points. And Trey Tucker with 17 points for the Centers. Didn't matter. The Gamblers, full throttle, 280 points, destroying the Centers. The Centers actually putting up a decent 215 points. Centers officially in dead last place right now.
Mm-hmm. Next, speaking of that tree falling on the grass, let's head to Wake Forest, where the Lumberjacks are hosting the division-leading Dobermans. Bucky Irving for the Dobermans is continuing to make his statement and wrestle that running back one position away from Rashad White as he leads all scorers in this one with 27. Daniil Hunter for the Lumberjacks leads all scorers for them with 26. Jonathan Brooks with 17 for the Dobermans on the defensive side. And Puka Nakua continues to be impressive as he comes back with 21 of his own. Michael Pittman Jr. for the Dobermans. Finally, an impressive game with Anthony Richardson tossing him the ball with 16. But then from his 2 touchdown receptions, Devon Achane with 21 of his own. And the Lumberjacks put the division back in play from the Dobermans as they win 267-190.
All right, next up we go to the hot Zen Masters with a 1-game winning streak, traveling to the struggling defending champions, Midnight Riders. Riders desperate for a win here. Patrick Mahomes coming through, Kermit the Frog, 32 points. Keenan Allen looking like his old self with 24 points. And the great Baker Mayfield, Tommy DeVito, with 19 points with the taunts. Zen Masters, Caleb Williams, thankfully, coming through with 29 points this week. Looking good. I think it was all fourth quarter points. Doesn't matter in fantasy. 29 points. Kenneth Murray, one of those great linebackers drafted in the 2020 draft for the Zen Masters, coming through with 22 points. And the legend, Justice Hill, coming through 14 points Monday night, getting a huge 50-some yard touchdown. I may have already been in bed, but I wake up in the morning and I see we are still on stat correction alert for the Zen Masters. 2 straight victories, winning 205.28 to 204.3. The Midnight Riders, they better celebrate their Mike Barr a little bit longer because it seems like it is over as they fall to 5-7. And the Zen Masters are now 4-8.
All right. Let's go to Elkview next, where the 3-8 River Rats are hosting the 6-5 Wampus Cats. Wampus Cats. For the Wampus Cats, we have A.J. Brown leading with 23. Malik Harrison on the defensive side of the ball with 21 on Monday night. And Justin Herbert somehow third on the team in points with only 18. So early on, Wampus Cats on somewhat trouble as we go to the River Rat side. Jaden Daniels gets back to his high scoring ways with 31. Jalen Waddle finally makes an impact on the game now that he's found a new home in Elkview with 28. And Jahmyr Gibbs continues to be dominant with 25. And another shocking upset in this KDFL Week 12 as the River Rats stun the Wampus Cats, scoring a whopping 258 to the Wampus Cats 241.
All right, we'll go back to that game after we wrap this up for questions. Renegades at Evil Empire. The Evil Empire, again, I was giving him hell last night thinking, oh, I might be in rebuild mode. You know, here's all my guys available if this year doesn't turn out. As they're 10-1 going into this matchup against the 7-4 Renegades. South Hill Evil Empire, Saquon Barkley, the guy every single year. I try to trade for him in the offseason every year. I'm never willing to give a first-round pick. Looking pretty stupid. Guy scores 46 points, absolute monster. Myles Garrett getting 24 points for the Evil Empire, and Aaron Jones coming through with 23 points. Meanwhile, the Renegades, top performer, their beloved Matt Stafford with 21 points, DJ Hawkinson with 18 points, and David Montgomery with 16 points. Not enough for the Renegades. This wasn't close. The Evil Empire continue dominating the year, 11-1, winning 275 to 211. And they wrap up. I was told last night was a celebration for them clinching the 1 seed, and and some people were not very happy about that, but that's what we did last night.
All right. Got another story about that. All right. Now we're here. The Week 12 game of the week. It's the second meeting of the Kanawha County Kings and the Melbourne Mega Powers. Newly traded for quarterback Tua Tagovailoa leads the way for the Mega Powers with 4 passing touchdowns and 32 points. Josh Jacobs, 3 rushing touchdowns and 29 points for the Kings. Trey McBride with 25 points on 0 touchdowns, still miraculous. Lamar Jackson shows out on Monday night for the Kings with 25. Zaire Franklin, tackling monster, middle linebacker, 23 points for the Mega Power. And Jonnu Smith, the new option number 1 in the Miami Dolphins offense, scores 24 points of his own. And boys, this is one for the record books, a top 5 combined scoring matchup in KDFL history as the Mega Powers get the win 301 to 289. And that is it for your KDFL Week 12 results. All right, what you got for me?
I'm putting you on the spot here, but do you have the trade details for the Jalen Waddle trade? Because the River Rats just got him from the Roxana Renegades.
And I know one player was Zach Bond. I know that. Let me get it here. Straight up.
Just those two.
Zach Bond? Zach Bond's been a stud.
What did he do this week?
He didn't do much, but I mean, what has Jalen Waddle done?
I'm saying Jalen Waddle. So this is the thing. Tua was injured. Tua and Waddle combined this week for 60 points, 32 points and 28 points. Did the Renegades kind of destroy themselves with getting rid of both of them? I get the Tua concussion thing, but I mean, Tua has looked pretty great the past 5 weeks. 4 of the 5 games, he's looked great. Waddle is producing again now with Tua. I've always been high.
He's had one game of producing.
But it's with Tua. No, I'm saying he did this.
He had one game before that with Tua. He had 16 points week 1. That's it.
I don't know. Waddle. Anyway. Tua had produced that. But is it too early? I mean, what did the Renegades give up for Tua again?
They got it first.
Yeah.
They got the Dobermans first, which is Dobermans.
Yeah.
That buy is not certain now, like it was at the time.
Yeah.
They got the 2025 first of the Durbans, and they gave up James Conner and Tua. Now
That's
his
what did
quarterbacks
James
though,
Conner get this week? He had a good
not
week too,
much. He
didn't
got
he?
like 9. He had
Oh,
7 carries for 8 yards, but he got a few dump offs. But Zach Bond, I mean, you're talking about linebacker 2 on the season. This is his first game. I mean, 4 of his last.
how old is Zach Vaughn?
I don't know. I'm scared to talk about Zach Bond because last time I talked about him, I was
You're
very
racist.
incorrect about it. I
Yeah,
was
you're
not.
racist.
Hey, 27. He's 27. Um, but I mean, Zach Bond,
Vaughn
before
was
this 4-point game, we're talking 20 points in week 8, 27 in week 9, 25 in week 10, 26 in week 11. He's been a monster.
Jalen Waddle's just turned 26 2 days ago. Happy birthday, Jalen Waddle.
Yes.
But that is
Yes.
a stat. So,
Yes.
yeah.
Happy
The
birthday,
other
second Claire.
the other instant overreaction in this league. Well, I'll say the Renegades sabotaged themselves this year, and they're probably done for getting rid of Tua
What?
non-nation. That's the one overreaction. The other overreaction is the Kings, #1 ranked KDFL Kings going into the year. He told us plenty of times about it. I think he's in a dark place right now. I know he scored 289 points, but the man is 6-6 right now. I think I'm starting overreaction here. I'm starting to think he needs to do what the Zen Masters did and just trade his whole team away in the offseason when he doesn't make the playoffs this year.
What? Oh, look how unlucky this man's been. His last 3 losses. I mean, his last 3 losses, he scored 237, 261, and 289. I dare say in those 3 losses, if you add up those scores, it's no worse than third over that
Doesn't
3 game
matter there.
span. The Evil Empire is #1 in those points during those 3 weeks. But
The key stat: 3 straight losses. Like you
oh
said.
yeah, I mean, it's very unlucky. I mean, to lose the last 3 weeks by a combined 14 points is crazy.
Quick breakdown. He's got Lamar.
Also terrible math.
Some are saying Brock Purdy could be benched when Cal Shanahan gets fired this year.
Dude, we'll talk about this real quick. We'll hard stop on Purdy for a second. Papa Cowherd, who we all know. You all need to go to Papa Cowherd, who is an idol, my own personal mentor in football life. All right, no one loves this man more than me. Has been on some type of smear campaign against the Niners this week. Look, if you go to this page, everybody, you can feel free, pause the podcast, go to his Twitter page, and look at his last few. It's just all Niners bashing. He wants to tear it all down.
That means the Kings only has one QB. It just happened.
I don't think
got
they're going to
Lamar.
listen to Cowherd, but I mean,
I'm just saying. And then the Kings also has Brandon Ayuk, who is certified bum these days. He got paid and now doesn't play anymore.
I love the conviction. The conviction is the important thing.
Chris Olave, he might be dead. I mean, he's worse than Tua with the concussions. So that's the receiver gone. CD Lamb is nothing without Dak.
Well, Dak's going back.
CD's good. I'll take that back. Travis Etienne has not done a damn thing.
That's scary. Etienne one's scary.
Nothing. Marvin Harrison, so far looking.
God,
I was
disappointment.
told the Canes told me that I would be a dumbass if I traded him Malik Neighbors for Marvin Harrison right now, and I completely agree. I would not do that.
No, you don't do that.
Yeah, you definitely don't do that. But going into the offseason, going into the draft, he would be very, very bold to take Malik Neighbors over Marvin Harrison. That's why I was thankful I did not have that pick because I loved Malik Neighbors.
I saw it a couple of places, but obviously it was not the overwhelming sentiment at all. Yes, you're correct.
Josh Jacobs is dominating. She is the BBITO. Brian Robertson Jr. is having a good year, but I could see that guy going.
He's hurt now.
Not been relevant for too long. So, yeah, I think the Kings can trade everybody and just start fresh.
Let me just play a game. Marvin Harrison. Hold on.
What his value is right now?
No, I'm gonna go receiver for receiver. This is how it happens. You get on the podcast, you're hungover. I was like, we'll make it quick, don't worry. And now we do this, and now it's gonna be a 2-hour long Thanksgiving episode because you're making me think of the hot takes. Make me think of things to do. I like it. All right, let's see. I'm gonna start below.
None of it
was planned at all. I'm getting in the mix here. Oh my God. Okay, so Malik Neighbors is wide receiver 4. On keep trade cut.
Who's ahead of him? Chase, Jefferson.
One more that you might not get, but it seems pretty obvious.
CD.
No, he's right below him.
I don't know.
You
Who
never
is
think
it?
of him, but he just dominates quietly now. Amon-Ra St. Brown.
Oh yeah,
He just
okay.
continues just to dominate so quietly.
I could
And
see
then right
next
below
year.
that is Puka Nakua. Okay.
I could see
So,
next year Malik being number one on that list.
yeah,
Later
it
next
depends
year.
on the quarterback and what they,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yep.
Um, Brian Thomas Jr.
Over Mormon. I
Yeah.
mean, you're asking the guy in the Jags, so I'm taking BTJ all day.
Okay. Nico's ranked ahead of him. Would you take Nico over him?
Nico's dominant, so I mean, apparently Stroud is terrible without Nico.
All right.
You kind of got to go. How Nico's young, right?
25.7,
And Marvin Harrison's what? Is he 21, 22?
22.3.
I'm too biased for the Texans. I've been hating on the Texans, but for Dynasty,
Yeah.
I'm, I'm too
In
biased.
the king shape, you're a contender trying to win.
Oh, Nico. Yeah,
Okay.
Nico. In the Kings.
Puka.
Yeah, I love Puka. That hair gets me. He's
He
such a
puts a
beautiful man.
tutu.
We were talking about it on Sunday night. Sunday night, the Rams were playing, and who were they playing? They were playing.
The Rams were playing the Eagles.
Yeah, the Eagles. So the Eagles, they would just talk about the Eagles, and then the camera just for no reason at all keeps panning to Puka. I just got he's a beautiful man.
I got three clues. We're like 15 minutes in. I got three clues already. AJ Brown.
I hate AJ Brown. He's screw him. He's dead last on my rankings.
All right. Drake London.
Yeah, an old Zen master, by the way. You got to get to that one. I don't know. Who would you rather have? I mean, you're biased, but
God, so biased, right? Drake London is not just a Falcon. He's a mega power. He's everything.
I don't have Drake in the league, so I know he's done well this year, but I can't tell you.
I would take Marv. I don't think he would not take Drake for him. Both of us would be trading with our heartstrings, which means that deal never gets done, even if it's the right thing for both of us.
Yeah.
Because I would take Marv. Last one, Jackson Smith and Jigba. That's an interesting one.
I love JSN.
Yeah.
That's a tough one. JSN has looked great this year.
He is only 5 months older than Marv.
That's it. Jeez.
Yeah.
I think you'd probably look like a dummy if you traded Marvin Harrison for JSN. But
I think if I am the Kings and I'm wanting to abandon ship, I think that's the low as I go.
I think you would have to get a pick also out of JSN.
Just like right below that is Pickens, Rashee Rice, and Zay Flowers. Zay Flowers.
This year, he didn't have a good game last week, but he had.
I love it. You're like, I don't know about JSN, but Pickens, he should probably do that.
Yeah, yeah. I don't want to trade Pickens though. I mean, I would do that if he offered it, but I'd hesitantly do it because I do love Pickens. What this guy just falls down. I hope you all watch the video because he just fell down.
Staying in. I was getting up to get the dog out because he's yelping. I didn't know she was in here.
And Gravy surely injured herself.
Oh, I did not.
It would have been great.
Oh, that's awesome. Thanks. Next question. What else? Did you have anything else?
No, that was just my instant. That was my instant reaction.
Okay. Let's see. Oh, I got another question for you. I wish Detroit was on here. Maybe I should wait for this for Detroit, but I'm not going to. Ben Johnson. If you're Ben Johnson, you have your pick. This is basically if you have your pick of any of the head coaching jobs and you're Ben Johnson, which one would you take? Assuming Jacksonville's available. Assuming, let me see. What's the teams? Chicago,
Raiders,
Jacksonville, Las Vegas.
What's the NFL standard?
Dallas.
I mean, based on what Jerry said, I don't know.
I think that's so dumb. But let's just say Dallas is open. I know what he said. Yeah,
Jets. The Jets. Jets would be stupid. Patriots won't be available.
Yeah, right. We'll put the Patriots on there.
The Browns, maybe.
I think they'd be dumb, but maybe.
The Titans.
No. Too soon.
I mean,
what's his name? Yeah, but this is a one-year head coach. I know I just said the Patriots, but the Patriots seem to have like locker room problems.
Yeah.
I think that's it. Right?
That was just AFC I was looking at. Hold on. The Giants. Did we say the Giants?
No, I didn't. I think he's safe, but we'll put the Giants up there.
I think he's safe too.
He should be safe, but he might not
Uh,
be.
the Saints are available.
Saints. There you
The
go.
the Panthers are probably not getting rid of him, right?
Real quick, this is going to be a horrible person to ask this. When they said Rodgers was not going to stay with the Jets, I was like, what team would possibly make sense for Rodgers? And the Saints was the only one I could think of if they moved on
They're
from
not.
Carr.
They're not doing that. Well, I mean, they're moving
But
on.
but think about it, the only team with an aging roster that could take on a 40-year-old, like it's the only one that makes sense.
That's just you hating on.
No, you know what I'm saying? I don't hate on Carr. I think they should keep Carr over Rodgers. I think Rodgers is terrible. But like of all the rosters besides the Jets, that's the only one I could think of that it makes sense at all.
I want to say the Browns for some reason.
The Browns, okay. Yeah, that's not bad.
Then not the Giants. 49ers. They're not going to. I don't think they get rid of Purdy.
God.
That's it. Yeah, there's nobody really. Well, I guess the Jets.
All right, let's look at these. I got 9 teams here: Chicago, Jacksonville, Vegas, Dallas, Jets, Patriots, Browns, Giants, and New Orleans. If you're Ben Johnson, he's going to be able to call a shot. Like that's just a fact now. He's going to be able to call a shot where he's going.
If you want to win now, is it not the Cowboys?
Okay, I have a theory.
But I say go to the prince that was promised, the Jaguars, and the new stadium and all that building and everything. But it's also you got to think if you get the head coach of America's team.
Okay.
It's hard to turn around with CD and Dak, and I mean they're not a terrible team. They're terrible this year, but I don't think
Are
they're
you ready
a terrible team.
for my theory?
Sure.
I have a theory on this. Dallas is the most high-profile job. That's obvious. You have the owner. You have it has its obvious limitation. Chicago does have the quarterback that you'd want.
Yeah.
Offensive weapons that you would want. It is high market. It is a big market as well. Vegas, I don't think he wants to work with those tools right now. All the others, Jets, Patriots, Browns, I don't think they're getting rid of Stefanski. If they did, I still think that's a problem with the tools.
I'm super high on Drake May, but the Patriots would be enticing to me.
It's just not throwing to no one right now, though.
I mean, they're going to bring in somebody. Like they're right. Free agent wide receivers.
Yeah. Okay. I'm reading into. Have you ever heard Ben Johnson speak?
I don't think I have.
You have not. He is a quiet. I think he is a quiet dude. I think, and the fact that he didn't run out and get the first head coaching job he could get, it makes me think that he's more reserved. He's not some in your face like. Remember when Salah was the defensive coordinator for the Niners? He got so much camera time. All the time on the sideline. This dude's pumped up, like, yeah. And I don't think he's that boisterous of a guy, but it just seemed like he was always, I think if you let me go, take my skills, I'm a freaking genius. Let me take my skills to the quiet, ain't nobody hurt nobody, AFC South, with the new stadium, with Trevor. Nobody, the spotlight's not going to be huge on me, this and that. I think it is a perfect fit. I'm so biased right now, I understand. But I just think it makes so much sense for the person. Like when we were joking, I don't know if you were joking, but Bill Belichick to the Jags makes no sense. Same reason it didn't make any sense to the Falcons. It's just not high profile enough. It's not like what happens right there. Like Belichick in a Falcons hoodie was the craziest thing. I thought, what are we talking about? But he does make sense in Dallas. I don't know if he'd do it, but that type of Bill Parcells did it, and that's like his guy. So I could see that happening. I don't think he'd go. I know we switched to Belichick, but I'm saying I think Ben Johnson does not want the high-profile, high-media job based on my zero knowledge about the man, except for I've never heard him speak. He didn't take a job as soon as he could, and he seems like very reserved. Who goes back when your name is as hot as it could possibly be? And the thing is, he was right to do it, it looks like now.
He was, yeah.
And I thought it was the craziest thing I'd ever seen, him going back. But he was right. So I just think Jacksonville, if Trevor's anything at all.
The Jags is interesting, though, because that stadium's not going to be built for 3 years. So it's going to be a messy couple of years with them.
Yeah.
playing at limited capacity, which they do now because the damn Jaguars fans. Anybody in Jacksonville listen to this? Step your game up. You suck. It's a bunch of away fans at these games.
Yeah,
But
there's so many Vikings fans at that
they do
game.
suck this year. But and then I think they 1 year they got to play at a different stadium. So it'd just
Did
be
they
funny to
say?
see. No, they haven't announced it yet, but it's down to like UF or an Orlando Stadium or even or Bristol, but not
Not
Bristol,
Bruce.
Daytona 500.
Daytona.
But it would
Daytona
be
would be so
funny.
sick.
Could you
Daytona and
imagine that?
Camping World. I think we both had to figure out season tickets.
Could you imagine the AFC Championship game being played at Daytona 500? If Ben Johnson takes like the
Because
promise
Daytona
land.
doesn't have. It's not.
Yeah.
The stands aren't around the track.
They would have to. So what I saw is it would only be like because the stands last forever. It would probably be like
Yeah.
the first 30% of the stands, and then they would build something temporary for the other side of the fields.
Yeah.
Because there's no races, I guess, from September through January. You have the
I don't
August
know why
race.
not just do Camping World and just. I don't understand.
I don't know. Daytona would be cool. The
It
Camping
would.
World kind of sucks though. We've been to there.
Well, we were there. I don't. I
Yeah,
imagine they
it's
might step
not.
their game up versus
You think they'll have the 3-day-old pretzels served at NFL Stadium
WrestleMania was
again?
there, as you said.
Yeah, it was there. That's true. So I guess they could step their game up.
Now I'm thinking of WrestleMania at Daytona would be sick.
That would be awesome. And
Somebody gets
Daytona's
run
an
over.
hour away. I guess
Somebody gets
Orlando
run
is
over by a
pretty.
car. I did it
Yeah.
for The Rock.
It was Rikishi.
Yeah, what a reference. Okay. Is there anything else NFL talk? The Falcons are scaring me to death. Like it's just
Just quick thing on KDFL. Is anybody, because I know we're going to go into the games and stuff, is it the evil empires to lose?
okay. I was talking with Tim because we were talking about our game. I said
Yeah.
it feels like we're all focused on the parity this year and how crazy it is that there's so much log jammed and what all the situations because we do have. It's never. It hasn't felt like this many teams in the mix to get in the playoffs in quite a while. Like really, only two teams are only officially eliminated. I mean, the
Yeah.
River Rats and the Zen Masters are kind of on. Life support or whatever. I think the Midnight Riders are on 17%, but there's only two teams officially eliminated with 2 weeks to go. But I think we're just talking about parity and how crazy it is, and anybody could win, and just Evil Empire just going to walk right through everybody.
Yeah. I
That's
mean,
how
they're
it
only
feels.
projected 258 this week, so and there's no buys, so everybody should be.
Everybody's full strength as far as you have no players out to buy this week.
So looking at projections, they're not number one in projections this week.
It's the Kings.
But yeah, the Renegades are projected high too.
Yeah.
So,
Even though we just did a whole diatribe about them
we did.
shooting their team in the foot. We did not.
It was me. It's because he didn't come out last time.
That's all.
Sources tell me
He pregame. He
another
didn't make it to the other part.
Yeah, he pregame and didn't come to the other spot. And they were there. We did dictate some rules that we were going to trade. We were going to extend the trade deadline, and I guess there's rumors of relegation for teams that don't that don't work that don't actively work all season. So be ready, guys. Tanking definitely relegates you.
Watch it for the tanking.
Names out.
All right. So here we go. KDFL week 12 first. Let's throw our KDFL week 12 results on the big board there. It was a rough week as there were many upsets. Detroit goes 3-3. He stays at 36-36 on the season. Matt right now at 2-4. He goes to 45-27. I went 3-3 as well. 46-26. For me, one game up on Matt with 2 weeks in the playoffs to go. NFL picks were truly awful. We went 1-5 combined as a podcast, and we are officially 500 on the year. And the only goal was to finish above 500. So we're right there at it. So we're going to need to bring the picks this week.
Fade Jim Cramer, fade KDFL for your picks.
Fade KDFL 500. I mean,
yeah, you're completely even right now. If you did all,
but then I think about the juice, man. The juice, the -110, we'd be under if you just bet our picks. We'd be under quite a bit.
Yep.
All right, let me get here to the scoreboard. And if you want, we can just talk about like something interesting from each game. Let me
Not a,
share.
the God, why
There we
do I
go.
not? The River Rats were supposed to be on here, and we were going to say what we were thankful for this
Oh,
Thanksgiving.
yes. Take it away
Have
with that first.
anything? No, you take it away with what you're thankful for.
Right now,
I put you on the spot. You have
at the
nothing to say.
moment, I am thankful for that David Njoku dropped that end zone pass on Thursday, so he only left the Kings with 4 points and gave us a much needed win. I'm thankful that Lamar did not have to pass in the fourth quarter so that the Kings did not get to steal that win.
Okay, I am. You should be thankful for the Zen Masters playing. Spoiler alert! Last week
I am
against.
thankful for the Zen Masters playing spoiler alert and putting the Midnight Riders on the ropes.
Yeah, full sell. Cool. Dark days ahead, but they got the championship, so it doesn't matter.
Yep.
They can be bright for a while. I am thankful for all of my rookie picks that are doing well so far. Drake May, Brock Bowers is the greatest tight end of all time. It's already official. The statue's coming up in Vegas. Malik will be great. He hasn't needed to be great. Just he should just rest for this year. Not thankful for Caleb currently. He needs to get his game together. Who am I missing? Who was my top four picks? Caleb, Drake, Brock, and Malik. Sorry, I named all of them.
Jalen Wright.
Thankful for all the guys that came out last night. It's a nice little reunion.
Yep.
KDFL. Appreciate you all. Even the non KDFL guys. KDFL fan number one, podcast fan number one is now Roach since he showed up last night. Keith did not
Yes.
show up, so Keith is fan number two of the league.
He
No
is an
longer number
owner.
one. I don't get it. He didn't show up, so we're about to kick him out. Have to make,
Hey, let's talk about it. There's still a rift. There's still a rift right there. The Noah Gray benching.
For
Oh, it
what?
paid off. It's okay.
Who benched two? What was the rest?
Keith went rogue on Sunday morning and benched Noah Gray.
Man.
And I mean, they still won, but
This
it's two
is
touchdowns.
After the salary debacle.
That's what happens. Like little cracks, hairline cracks are the worst ones.
What happens if teams get a divorce in KDFL? Who gets the team?
I think we go to court for the proceedings to see who gets custody. Maybe one gets odd weeks, one gets even weeks for the lineups.
So a warning to all of you guys having second team owners. You could lose your team.
You could. Yes. I would love for us to end up on People's Court, man. The logo's there, like, oh,
this Detroit face when he loses his team.
Are you ready?
The People's Court needs to be a gift.
It does.
Oh yeah, I guess I'm ready. I guess that's what we're thankful. I guess I'm thankful for my baby, my kids, wife.
Oh no,
West Virginia family.
Joker dropping passes and this and that, and you're doing like real thank yous.
I'm just saying, it's Thanksgiving. You should be thankful.
Oh, Matt's on the internet being thankful for his kids, his family. And Bradley watches this 30 years from now. What dad say he's thankful for? Oh, the tight end dropped a pass in the end zone. God.
Yeah. You know. You could say you're thankful for them right now.
I'm thankful for them. Thanksgiving.
All right.
First up. Remember, everybody's at full strength this week. There are no bye weeks. I keep saying full strength, but injuries are a thing, but still. The Gamblers at 4-8 go to South Hills for the Evil Empire. Detroit went Evil Empire on this one. Last time they met, Gamblers or Evil Empire with a roughly 55-point victory. Just give me something you want to see on this.
Bo Nix against the Browns. Can Bo Nix continue to shine to be the greatest of all time? How about Bo Nix and Tyrone Tracy? So far, looking like two amazing rookies. Hands, you got to give it to the Gamblers owner. He gets so much help, but there's two great picks so far. Besides that, the Evil Empire, it won't be close. I mean, the Gamblers going to have another back-to-back week of 260 plus. It's not going to happen. Evil Empire win this easily.
Um, One interesting thing I'm looking at, Tyrone Tracy did fumble for a second straight week. That's a little bit alarming, and the split was way more than where you Singletary got way more run than what you would have thought he would get. So that is a little unnerving. Tyrone Tracy, I mean, they were getting the doors blown off, but he got 9 carries, so not nearly like
Oh,
what
that's
you would
it.
expect.
They
Yeah,
had
and it was a
nine.
way more of a split than what you would think. And he fumbled. Remember, we were in Jacksonville when he fumbled.
Yeah, yeah.
I guess that was 3 weeks
Is
ago, but yeah, he's
is
fumbled. He has a fumble issue right now.
is Drew
So
Lock expected to start?
Drew Lock is starting. Yes, Tommy DeVito will. He's still got projections on ESPN, but they said it's a stretch for him to start, so it probably will be Drew Lock.
Which the Giants, I would think, should be better. I think the whole reason they did not start
Paying
him
Drew
is
Lock $5 million.
yeah, they got started because they're tanking.
Yeah,
That's the only explanation for it.
yeah,
But
yeah.
and I,
Um,
having Wandell and Malik, am very interested in the Giants wide or QB every
yeah.
week.
Evil Empire side, if CJ Stroud can't blow out the Jaguars, something. Then I'm alarmed.
I'm just yeah,
Then
every
it's like
week.
really is like let's ring the alarm bells.
Yeah,
All
every
right.
week. Herbert's coming back, but CJ Stroud is the new
Yeah.
Herbert in the rankings.
You've abandoned the Bo Nix hate very quickly.
I have. It's terrible. But
All
he
right.
still sucks. We'll see.
Next, next, we'll go to the self-imploding, horribly ran, awful 7-5 top whatever in points renegades. Traveling to St. Albans to take on the last place dirtbag sinners. Um,
Dirtbag.
Gamblers are yeah 5 empty bench spots. What are you gonna do? The gambler or the renegades are
And they got Gardner in there. My God.
they have Garner in there.
Does if we called him right now, live on the podcast, and we asked him Gardner Minshew status, could he give us a straight answer?
I don't know if AP could give us a straight answer.
He broke his collarbone. He's out. He's out for the
I
rest of
was
the
so
year.
they made me so mad, man. I was promised the Batista. Give me what I want. I
Yeah.
wanted Ritter, and we're not getting Ritter. It's very upsetting. Um, Renegades projected 262. That's a crap ton. Detroit obviously going with the Renegades to get the win. Matt, take it away. Your thoughts on this one?
I mean, the Renegades protect 262, so I'm thinking even if they did have Waddle and Tua in there right now, Waddle would maybe replace Ladd. Maybe. I don't know. Ladd's been good. And I don't think he's Vincent Stafford or Goff based on who this owner is. So I guess it makes sense. I still don't think
Hey,
that.
real quick, while you're looking at these picks, you might want to look at another NFL pick because Detroit picked that one. So you know,
What? Oh,
Dolphins.
damn him.
I didn't know that either, but it got chopped up. Okay.
Renegades. One guy that has been absolutely terrible. I have him in another league because your favorite QB of all time, Anthony Richardson. Jonathan Taylor has crapped the bed. He has been
He does
terrible.
not get love when yeah.
He has been terrible. What has he had in the past? Jonathan Taylor, 7, 3.5. He's done nothing basically.
He's got one 20-point game. I mean, he has a 19.8, so it's really not
He
that
really
far.
hasn't done anything since week 4. I mean, he's done week 8 and 10. He was fine, but
Yeah.
terrible this year.
He
And
does
I
not
don't
get
think
the check downs
Richardson's
with
helping
Anthony
him.
Richards.
Richardson's not helping him at all. Joe Mixon's been great. I don't even know why we're comparing this game. Is there anybody we can look at on the center? So how about Demario Douglas? What has this man done?
Do you know who Do you know his nickname?
I do not. No idea.
Do you know who that is?
No, I don't.
Pop Douglas.
No. Okay, sure. I
You
guess
heard
he's
that,
actually,
right?
yeah, I have.
Okay.
He's got 10.5, 9, 9.9, and 11.3 the past few weeks. So
I like it. Looking at the Renegades, I want to see Lad McConkey have his best game as a Charger versus the Falcons. We have no pass rush. Our defense is trash. His high water mark right now, he has a 32-point game versus New Orleans. So maybe a second best point game. If he goes over 20 points, it'll be a second best game. So I'm looking for that. And then the centers, God, who absolutely cares? Stevenson has to have a bounce back. A terrible game last week. I think he had like 2 yards on 3 carries or something ridiculous like that. So this was a mega power trade target that did not come to fruition, thank God, right now. So looking at this, obviously, we're both going to go with the Renegades as the Sinners continue to try to set themselves up for 2025 in draft position.
If he starts Gardner, he's relegated.
Relegated.
Yep,
He's
we
going to
made
join
he's out.
his Yahoo League.
Yep, for a couple years by himself.
By himself.
We choose the league he joined.
Oh, somehow finished second still. Okay, next we got the Kings and the Zen Masters. The Zen Masters, a 2-game winning streak, is that correct?
That's right, 2 games.
A 2-game winning streak.
222
4-8, 1% chance of making it in the playoffs.
Yep.
222 projected to 262 for the Kings. That is the high mark on projections for the week. I'll
tell you what I'm looking out for on this game. Breece Hall is questionable. I don't think he practiced yesterday.
What a flip this could be.
You know what that means. Yeah. Braylon Allen could dominate. The one main thing I struggle with all year long is the pathetic running backs that I start. So that could be a solid swing if Breece Hall misses this game. He's got other people. He's got ATN he can put in. Is Marvin Harrison on the bench? Am I seeing that?
He is on his bench right now.
Oh my God. I did not know. I mean, that just changed the whole conversation from earlier.
I mean, I don't know.
On the bench.
I don't know if I give him Jerry Jeudy if he's just going to be, if he's a bench player.
I don't think he's worth Taysom Hill.
I don't think so.
Taysom Hill is my make or break guy. Taysom Hill gets 40. I'm winning this game.
Has a healthy 1.1 ever been benched in week 13 of a fantasy season?
I mean, he's definitely. I think he's on the.
Clyde Edwards-Helaire might be the only one.
Yeah.
But I don't know if he was healthy by then.
He was 1.1.
Yeah, Joe Burrow was 2.
Amazing. Thinking of that,
I was fully behind it.
God,
I thought it was genius.
Yeah, that's so. I guess he would put in Harrison if Breece does miss, but that's tough. And Brock can miss too. If Brock misses, he doesn't have another QB, right?
I think the move will be to bench Brian Robinson Jr. Or Brian Robinson Jr. might not play as well, so that could be tough as well.
Brock Purdy might not play.
Brock Purdy might not play. I think he'll play, but I mean,
I mentioned to you. I know what did he trade Derek Carr for?
It's like a second.
I think that's bold to get when you're a playoff team to get rid of your.
Gotta keep 3 QBs.
I would never do that. And he traded him to the Lumberjacks, right?
2026 second.
The 7 or 5 Lumberjacks.
Yeah.
So I would not have made that trade. I don't know if y'all discussed that.
You're telling it right now. It's very ironic because I know you just mean the theory behind it. Like, don't trade away a third healthy QB to another playoff team that needs a QB. But I love that the line taken from this is Matt Smith. I would not trade away Derek Carr.
I did trade away Derek Carr, though.
I know it's coincidence that it just happens to be Derek Carr that we're talking about in this situation.
I traded away Derek Carr in this league.
True.
I never should have, but I did. I would love to pick the Zen Masters here. And looking at all these injuries, and the Kings are clearly in their head right now with the Marvin Harrison benching. With that said, the Kings win this matchup.
You can't pick yourself. Detroit also went with the Kings. I want to see if Taysom Hill keeps this crap up. I thought when Dennis Allen was gone, I thought it was over with. It's still freaking happening. Maybe worse now. And on, I don't really even know on the King side because it's all pretty straightforward. But Jacoby Myers, huge game last week. I kind of stumbled. That's my one stepping. I tried to block the Brandon Allen from the Kings getting him. So he had to start Jacoby Myers, and Jacoby Myers put up 22. Brandon Allen put up like 10. So I want to see if Jacoby Myers keeps it up against Kansas City. The Raiders will need them to stay in contention in that game. But give me the Kings getting the win.
Where is Dalton Kincaid? Why do I not see Dalton Kincaid on my roster?
He was on bye, and he was injured. He might be on your IR.
So they don't show that?
I don't see it on the bottom there. I don't know
I
why
don't
it's
either.
not. But he was on bye and he was injured. So maybe you cut him.
But and I think I'm going to start Trevor over Caleb, so that's another 3 points. So 225 projection for the Zen Masters.
I'm telling you, crazy crap is happening right now.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
Yeah, in case projected 11, but
yeah, they should
I
be
got to
back. And
start.
that
I
won't
got
be
to start
frustrating at
taking.
all, Dalton Kincaid.
Got to start taking the legend.
It's you have to start tasting. Like
Yeah,
it's
right.
just the upside is too much. Like it's
Taysom
just
should
too
be a
much
running
upside.
back. That'd be amazing
Yeah,
if
I mean,
Taysom was a
and the
running
fact you
back
have him in
now.
a tight end slot, like it's just
I
too
know.
much.
Yeah.
All right, next, let's go to the Dobermans and the River Rats. Detroit has picked or not his, the Dobermans to get the win, get back in the winning race. Matt, what do you see here?
Did the Dobermans have a lot of bye weeks last week? Because I saw they
Dobermans
put up
are a team
nothing,
built around three players: Josh Allen, Joe Burrow, and Christian McCaffrey.
and Matt
And
Caffrey did
Alvin, or four
nothing.
players, and Alvin Kamara.
What's
Burrow and Allen were on bye last week, and McCaffrey did not do anything. That's why they struggled.
Christian McCaffrey over under 20.2
Also,
points this
Kamara was
week?
on bye last week. What?
CMC over under 20.2 points this week.
I think it's going to be under because it's going to be a blizzard.
He did absolutely nothing last week.
20.2,
7.8.
you got to get in the end zone. So
He projected 20.2.
I know, I see it, but you got to get in the end zone,
7.8
20.2.
points. 7.8 last week. Did nothing. I swear the 49ers are tank mode. But the division sucks, so they can still win the division easily.
Guess what they are?
They're just all tied, basically.
My weekly check. I'm going to have to do this bet now. Plus 700 to win the division?
They are? Oh, I'm about to make that as soon as we get
Their
off.
schedule is atrocious, though, bro. Like their schedule. Look at these last six. Buffalo, then Chicago, then the Rams, then Miami, then Detroit, then Arizona.
Detroit might not be playing for anything week 17.
It's possible. The Eagles with the number one seed, they probably will have to keep pushing.
Yeah, they probably will. Yeah.
It's plus 700. It's worth it.
Isn't every team within one game of each other?
Yeah, I looked at while we were on this here. The Cardinals are plus 130. Seahawks. I mean, the Niners are last, like in the division odds. Plus 130 Arizona, plus 200 Seattle, LA plus 425, Niners plus 700.
And they're all 6-5 and 5-6.
Yeah, but that schedule is brutal.
I don't care. I mean, the Bills no game. That means anybody could win that.
No, you're gonna hawk another one of my hot takes. I'm
joining your hot take, and I'm gonna bet it. They're 6-5.
That's one of those things. If you loved it at plus 100, you must absolutely love it at plus 700.
That's crazy. Plus 700. I mean, what is?
They got the experience. They got.
What is Brock's injury right now? Like what?
Shoulder. I just said that so confidently.
Is he practicing this week?
I think he was limited. He was limited today. Bosa and Trent Williams did not. I want to say. When does this be a thing? Look at that. Estimated return 12-1, which is Sunday.
Okay. Hey, that is new.
When is that? Yeah, it's shoulder. I'm telling you guys. Count our Twitter page. I mean,
win the division.
I love it. Oh, let's get back on the game. Hey, why don't you look at this game ahead?
Dobermans and River Rats. CMC. That's what got us on the thing.
Yeah.
River Rats projected a strong 235 because guys like Jalen Waddle projected 12.2 now. Chuba stud. I guess Jonathan Brooks is just dead so far to that team. Like, doesn't seem like he's changing anything on that. I don't care. I'm going Dobermans. The Bills and 49ers, if it isn't true, big snow game. Josh Allen, CMC.
That could be how he loses.
Yeah, that could be how he loses.
That could be how he gets screwed, honestly, right there.
But I'm still going to say.
And Joe Burrow getting the Steelers, also not great. All right, I'm starting to talk myself into the damn.
I know, River Rats.
Yeah, because Detroit will be in the dome with Jahmyr Gibbs.
Yep.
He's got Keon Coleman, Jameson Williams also in that dome. Okay.
You got to hand it to the Dobermans too with their rookie picks, Bucky Irvin and Brian Thomas Jr. Already
Bucky
a good
Irving.
team. Already a good
Yeah.
team, and they got two instant rookie starters.
Yeah. So anytime you can leave a draft and start two rookies that year, you're in pretty good shape. I confidently start them. Bucky
Yeah.
Irving continues to take that job away. Rashad White got a garbage touchdown. Or not, it wasn't well, it wasn't, I mean, it was in the third or whatever, but
Sean
it
Tucker got
was
a touchdown.
Sean Tucker. Sean Tucker is way bigger than I thought he was. He is huge. He's a fact, like
Man,
he's just a giant guy. I want
of
to
course
see
he's one
Bucky
of them.
Irving against the Panthers. And then the River Rats. I don't know. It is Jalen Waddle. Like, can you do that again? Like, you finally had your one huge game of 2024. Can you replicate that? You went Dobermans. Detroit went Dobermans. I am also going to go with the Dobermans, but I think this will be potentially an absolute nail biter. We'll see.
Yeah, yeah.
I mean, they got
The
freaking
NFL better
Spoonmaker
not.
without Ferguson not in.
The NFL better not reschedule the damn snow game. They did it last year.
Yeah, they did.
Okay.
This game has potential to like if you gave me the spread, I would take the River Rats.
Yeah.
Okay. When first I think the first year or so we did this, we did by spread and it was something else. It was crazy. All right.
Possible.
It is the Mega Powers. 7-5 going to the 5-7 Midnight Riders. This is only a 2.4 point spread. That is very alarming on my side of things. Detroit has picked the Midnight Riders to get the victory. Matt, take it away.
All right, I got to see again as two are going to produce this week playing the Packers. I still think the Packers are a very overrated. What are they? 7-3 now? 8-3? They got a
Mm.
solid record, but I still think they're overrated. Pacheco, is he over under 12 points this week?
If he plays, he will be over that. But he's got to play.
What's the latest on that?
He's practicing. It's just he's practicing in full. So we'll see.
I think you're gonna. God.
I'm worried that there's no reason to push him.
Yeah, yeah, there's not. And just, I would
8-3
absolutely
full
hate to be
timers.
in your position with the damn Anthony Richardson.
He's got to. Okay, here's my thing. He's got to go out there this week. I got to play him because the pack or the Patriots are awful, and he can do like he had a bad quote unquote bad game against the Lions, and he scored 12. Like Kirk Cousins is not gonna. The Chargers is a decent
You
defense.
got Cousins. Yeah,
Yeah. So I gotta go Richardson just for the upside. Like we'll see. Like it might blow up in my face, but he dismantled the Jets defense, and the Jets defense is very much like the Patriots defense right now. So
that's why
I
you don't
got
afford 10 QBs, people.
I
Then you're
gotta
stuck
check.
in
I
these
gotta check the
situations.
records. The records. The weather. If it's bad weather in New England, that'll be different. But yeah, I'm going Richards.
All right, Midnight Riders.
Interesting. Oh, real quick, if we're staying, the interesting player on my bench right now is Devonta Smith.
Oh man, he's been such a letdown this year.
Where would you put him here? K. Dotton's the only choice.
Uh, yeah, yeah, he
And
is.
it's Carolina, and he's got Baker. Like we have a lot of tit for tat on our teams.
Mm.
I have Tua. He has Tyreek Hill. He has Baker. I have K. Dotton. I also have Rashad White on the bench because I can't do that now. I mean, it's a lot. It's a lot of that. And he's got Tank Dell. I've got Nico. Like there's a lot of overlap on these two teams.
Yeah. I mean, he's. I know he's 5-7, but his team still looks pretty solid.
It was very good.
Yeah. Uh, Devontae though. What I mean, Devontae plus my over under 15.3. I don't trust that guy at all. I don't trust the Jets at all this year. The remainder
Oh,
of this
I
year.
was like Devontae. Yeah, Devontae Smith.
No, Devontae Adams,
11. Yeah, I got you now. Yeah,
15.3.
he should
And
get
then
what's his name right. Witherspoon.
maybe
I don't know if he travels or not.
I should know. He's a Zen master, but I do not
Yeah,
know.
but it doesn't mean you know if he
Uh,
travels with the guy.
another big player for the Midnight Riders is Evan Ingram. Trevor's back.
Yeah, if
Ingram
Trevor's,
usually
I saw that
dominates.
today. If Trevor's
Yeah,
back, then
Ingram
Evan
will
Ingram's to the
dominate.
moon.
He is. Yeah.
This
Oh,
just
Evan
in,
Ingram in
breaking
the
news.
future.
Oh, breaking news on our bet. This just in. We have 2 tweets here. Fred Warner just revealed that he's been playing on a fractured ankle. It occurred during the game against the Patriots. He's been injected with painkillers. He's been high every fucking game. He's been high as a kite every game.
Get rid
And
of
then,
Shanahan. Fire him.
and then the next one, Trent Williams reportedly using a knee scooter to move around the locker room. Yeah, it's plus 700 though.
You just gotta.
Plus 700.
I think you fire the whole team. Cal, um,
John Lynch.
John Lynch. Yeah, that's wrong. Drawing a blank.
Plus 700.
I know. I'm betting it as soon as I get off of this. I'm betting.
have to
Although
bet
I gotta figure out a West Virginia betting thing since I don't have Hard Rock here. Stupid.
I mean, when are you coming back? Like,
I got to do it today.
it's still going to be plus 700.
Yep. I got to do it today. I'm itching right now.
I mean, if they lose to the Bills, it's going to go higher.
They're not losing to the Bills, so that means they're going to go lower. I guess I will be back before that game on Sunday.
Yeah, and it's going to be a snowy fest against the Bills.
Don't care.
What a show we've had.
This is how long have we been at?
Like we're at about 57 minutes right now.
All right. I don't know who to. I'm about to just flip a coin on this game.
Flip a coin.
Because I hate Anthony Richardson so much, I'm going to go with the Midnight Riders. I can't stand that guy because I had him in the big redraft league. My one keeper,
yeah.
And the man has just sabotaged me.
Mega Powers, if they win this, it's big. It's humongous for the season. Our last matchup, I forgot this. Last matchup, the Mega Powers lost by 2.5 points, 259.08 to 256.78. That's crazy. Yeah. I don't remember that at all. It feels like a year ago now. I guess it was almost a whole fantasy season ago now, week 2. So huge. I don't like that the Midnight Riders they have to get a win here. I don't like that the projections are so close. I love a lot of the Midnight Riders matchups, but Mega Powers defensively, got to keep taking us. I have a decent edge defensively in the projections. So let's keep that rolling. Mega Powers. All right. Game of the week. Did not see this coming when the year began. But the captain knows all and makes us all look like fools. MRI. Wake Forest Lumberjacks at 7-5, 1 game back on the division, taking on the 6-6 Wampus Cats. Wampus Cats are favored by 7. Detroit has went Wampus Cats. He doesn't respect the Lumberjacks at all. We know this. So, Matt, what do you see here?
I mean, the Lumberjacks, 7-5. Who would have thought?
250-point projection. That's third.
Or fourth.
Got
a lot of hell this week for my Zach Charbonnet trade with him. I gifted this man. He's not even starting him.
Who did you get hell? Who did you trade?
I traded way too much for Zach Charbonnet. Jameis Winston and a second.
Oh, okay.
For Zach Charbonnet, it was funny. We were watching it. Me, the King, and the Wampus Cats were watching Sunday afternoon games here. Beautiful Dutch Hollow. And Zach Charbonnet, we were watching Red Sox. So they were, going back and forth between games. Charbonnet does not play. For the 2 wrestlers we started with Charbonnet, he had like 20 yards. I'm like, this man is averaging 10 yards a carry. And they never give him the ball. It drives me crazy. Like, please go to the Raiders. The Raiders, he would absolutely dominate. Go somewhere that needs a running back. Like, Charbonnet is too good to play 1/3 of the game.
Yep.
But he's not starting Winston. This man is loaded with quarterbacks now. Derek Carr, Bryce Young, redemption
certainly
story.
Some quarterbacks. That's certainly what those names are.
Joe Flacco, he's on the bench again. And then Jameis. Jameis is playing Broncos. I guess that makes sense. Bench him. Carr against the Rams and Bryce again. I don't know. I think I would start Jameis Winston over Bryce Young.
Not Tampa. No, okay. Okay, well, my thing is Tampa. You could throw on Tampa. Bryce Young looked good last week, so you got to go with him.
Um, all right. Fifth, who else am I looking at besides Devon Achan is an absolute monster. They
Yep.
love him, but I did see the second RB number two now is Jalen Wright on
Yeah, it's
the
official. It's a
yeah,
situation that we were wanting.
he's RB2 now, but Achan is an absolute workhorse. So
Yeah.
I don't know when that will change. He gets injured or something, maybe. Um, Wampus Cats, Derrick Henry continues to be great. James Cook, I traded him to the Wampus Cats because, I don't need running backs ever. I did not realize the amount of touchdowns this man has scored this year. That
It's a
has been
lot.
his miss the past couple of years. Like
It
he's
has,
dominant and he does not score touchdowns. This
right?
year, I think he's double digit touchdowns already. If he's not,
Because
he's at
Josh
nine
Allen would
touchdowns.
score when they get to the goal line.
Right. So that has been
It's
that
the
is.
same
But I got
reason.
yeah.
Same reason you dealt him is the same reason I didn't trade for him because he doesn't
Yeah.
score in the end zone or in the
Well,
red zone. He
we
has.
were both wrong.
We were both
So,
wrong.
um, it's a tough matchup, but I do love the Wampus Cats teams. They're 6-6. I gotta stick with the Wampus Cats. Kyler Murray's gotta step his game up. He's been too inconsistent. The Cardinals look
Wildly
great,
inconsistent.
and then next week they look absolutely terrible, and that's why they're 6-5 or whatever. They're
Yep.
close to 500.
Yeah. We talked about the Lumberjacks. It is Bryce Young. I want to see. I want to see if he can give him 20 points against Tampa. 20 points against Tampa, then we're really cooking with something. He has a good outing these last few games against these teams. He can keep that job. Like he can. He can keep that starting quarterback job. And oh, that might be a. Oh, he wasn't on that one. Wampus Cats. Justin Herbert's best game of the year is coming up. I said it for Ladd McConkey. I'm saying it for Justin Herbert against the Falcons. They can't pass rush. It's in Atlanta in the dome, whatever. But Herbert's been looking better and better, so I want to see that. I am also going Wampus Cats to make this division. I mean, if somehow the River Rats can pull up the upset on the Dobermans and the Lumberjacks or the Wampus Cats beat the Lumberjacks, we're looking at three teams at 7-6 going into the final week of the season. So very, very interesting stuff in the mid division. All of them are fighting 500 in that scenario. So very good.
The perfect name.
Real quick, back to us. I have one little thing. The main thing I am excited about for this year, and I was talking to Tim about this as well. This feels like the comeback of the running back position.
Yeah.
They matter now. It's not plug and play anymore. And the older ones are still getting more run, Mixon, Barkley, etc. So Jacobs, like the older ones are Connor. The older ones are getting more run, and it matters who you have. You can't just get whoever. You kind of just accidentally alluded to it with James Cook.
Yeah.
I am happy to see that position. I want all positions to matter a great deal who you have and not be able to discard one. So that's my last fantasy thankful. The running backs are back. Now, this will be cyclical. It'll go away. It'll come back, whatever. But I'm happy for that. Now, Detroit's picks, he did give us, he says, Brett, you suck. And I am taking the Dolphins plus 3.5. He got an extra half versus the Hard Rock book there, Matt. Plus 3.5 over the Packers, and I'm taking the over. What is he? What is this sports book they have in West Virginia? He's getting favorable points on both of these. Let's see here.
He's just making up his own lines for this.
No, actually, the other one screwed him. I'll give him the same as mine at 45. Dolphins plus 3.5. He probably could be, and the over under in the Cards and Vikings at 45.
All right, I'm up.
You are up.
All right, so I had the Dolphins originally, but I will let Detroit have that. In the spirit of my thankfulness for the rookies that I am very thankful for this year, I still believe in the great finger painting Caleb Williams. The Chicago Bears will not get completely blown out. They will lose this game, but it will not be by 9.5 points. It will be close. The Bears have the past 2 weeks have almost won those two games, but they lost them both. It's fine. That's looking good. It's exactly what we want. We want
good looking losses.
Better, but we want them to lose, and we want Eberflus to get fired and bring in somebody else. So Bears plus 9.5 against the Lions. Thanksgiving Day, early Thanksgiving Day. And then I also have the Chiefs Raiders under 42.5. The Raiders, I believe, are starting AOC. The Raiders defense is still not terrible. The Chiefs offense has not been super great this year. So under 42 and a half that game. And this is the Zen quote that I tried to do weeks ago. Last time I was on here, my computer went black and I lost it. So as I part as this Thanksgiving weekend of football and everything, in the spirit of Zen, as we approach Thanksgiving week, remember, like leaves on a tree, players come and go, yet the tree remains. Embrace each game with no attachment to outcomes, for in every loss and win, there lies a lesson. The true game is played within, where peace is found in every roster move. With that,
That is beautiful.
happy Thanksgiving, everyone.
Absolutely tremendous. Okay, I got something here for us. Hold on. I'm doing one extra thing here. Okay, I think I did it. All right. My picks. I've said the Texans have to bail out the Jags, come back off a tough loss. Jacksonville is just what the doctor ordered. So give me the Texans -4 versus the Jaguars. And I'm taking the other side of the Detroit game with Arizona. That was so confusing with his stupid freaking name. Taking the other side of the pick Detroit made. I'm taking the under of Arizona and Minnesota under 45. And then for the people, I have my beautiful Thanksgiving Day teaser parlay. It's -150, so it's not the best odds, but it's the Lions to win. Cowboys and Giants under 49.5, and the Dolphins and Packers over 38.5, -150. It's beautiful. So next week we were going to have our Week 13 results. The playoff picture should be a little more clear, and we will have our last week of the regular season. This is absolutely flown by. I can't believe we're here yet. So for Jonathan Detroit Haynes, for the Zenful One, Matt Smith, I'm Brett Still, and we will see you here next week right here on the KDFL Dynasty Football Podcast.